It's Josh here again. We're going to show you how to redo the front door seal on the HFNBC. It's pretty simple. Open the door. First thing I do is unscrew the lock mechanism. It's a T20 bit. My second one is having a screwdriver, 3/16. And what I do here is I go underneath. You'll probably find this in random different areas. I'm going to pull this out, and that releases the seal. Step 2 is pulling the tray out. Step 3, whatever, I'm lost. Let's see. Kind of wiggle it side to side while you're prying downwards. Get it out. You get a 5/16. You got 2 bolts at the bottom. You can see it kind of pops it out. This is the best tool that my boss has ever got me. It's an angle tool, and it is awesome. If you're a technician, you definitely would be great getting one of those. What I end up doing is I put my foot at the bottom to kind of give some support. You got 2 bolts in here that you want to get unlocked. Number 2. Make sure you put your board back in or else you'll destroy it. It's easier whenever you just disassemble this. That's why I did that. Alright, you go back to the 3/16 screwdriver. Loosen this up. You'll loosen the hose. Little wiggle and pull, you get it out. And like that, you're in. You just pull on this. If it's really stuck to it, I take my flathead. I'll just kind of go around it a little bit to help assist. Most common that you'll find is holes up here, and that's like a constant basis. You'll have water dripping out underneath the floor. You got 2 holes at the bottom. That's usually where it comes out at. People think it's a busted hose or something, but really it's just the seal. Always check the very top where the water comes in. If you don't have any tears up there, usually around near the seal in the bottom area, you'll see somebody might have had like a pin or something like that, or even a bobby pin or something, and it just slices the seal up. That's the main thing. But it's simple. So, alright guys, picking up where we left off. This is a demo machine, so I'm obviously not going to put a brand new seal on it. I'm just going to stick it all back together, so that way you don't feel left out on, well, how do I do it? Because I watch plenty of training videos where they skip so many things and they don't tell you so much. So we're going to walk it through one by one. Obviously, it still has a groove that adjusts to this little metal bit right here. You just got to snap all that in all the way around. It's not too hard to do. It comes with a seal pack, like a grease. The grease is mainly used underneath this seal, on that metal, and on this seal here. And a lot of people make the mistake of putting it in between this little crack right here. So you get it in the camera, they put it in there. That does absolutely nothing for it. What you got to do is actually pull this down and get the grease in here real good all the way around, and that'll make it easier for you to put it back on. Also protects it. You're doing all the steps I showed you before, just in reverse. Put the seal on. Kind of just set that there for right now. Get back to that. Take the hose, hook the hose up. A lot of these just push in, so it's not too bad. And the real kicker is whenever you get this on, is you want to make sure that it's in line. You got a little groove and it matches up with it, so you want to make sure that it's exactly on that groove, because if it's not, then all you're going to do is keep leaking out water. You get your 3/16 flathead screwdriver again. Just hand tighten it. If you got an electric tool, that's fine, you can use that. I do mine all by hand because I'm old school. So couple good turns, make it all nice and snug, and then I go back around. I always check just to make sure. Another way of checking also is looking inside. You want to make sure that the rubber's having a connection. And you see on some parts, he came on this angle a little bit. You can see inside here there's a little space. That's not that bad really, to be honest with you. That's how it's supposed to be, so don't freak out. If it's bigger than that, then you're going to have some issues. So I'll finish tightening this up. Try not to get too much lubrication on your gloves because it's going to make it real hard to tighten things up and keep control of everything. Tighten up your hose real good. Always pull on everything just to double check and make sure. Alright. Basically how I do it. A lock mechanism. Tilt mine on an angle a little bit here. I'm going to tell you another thing is my boss also bought me this sweet little Milwaukee gun, and I can detach everything one-handed and put it in one-handed. Really helpful. The boss is thoughtful. Always seems to be the fun part for everybody. Once again, I put my foot in at the bottom, give me some more support. I always try to bring a chair with me. I know that's a funny thing to say, but without a chair I wouldn't be able to do this properly. So take the board out. Redo the two that you put in. The two that you took out, you want to put back in the holes that you have in here. There's one. Two. Now you can actually remove your foot without it falling. Two in at the bottom. One. Number two. Get your board back in. Open your door. You'll still be laid out like this. If it's pinched in there, that's not a big deal. You got plenty of space. I can stick my whole hand in there. All I gotta do is really pull it out. And me, I just start at the top and go around. It's not that easy to do whenever your hands are all greasy, but you can have it done. This will probably take you longer than the rest of the job would, to be honest with you. Back around, just double check, make sure it's in there. I'm going to re-add a protector for this. I always try to get them back to where I find them, just so I don't cause confusion. Try to keep all the machines the exact same. Some people use a screwdriver while doing this, but I just use my little hands. Just run your finger around, make sure it's all the way in there. That way your seal doesn't pop off and go crazy. Put your box back. You're done. Thank you.